Gen. I like to say like I'm a potter, like for my professional working career. Um, I've been making pottery for like I think almost 15 years since study in the university. Maybe yeah, I'm a potter and a life learner. That's all I can think about. Because if anything I do like more than pottery, I just living my life. Yeah, I've been studying pharmacy for like 4 years, but not in the fourth year of the program. But during that time, I studied many things. I mean, I enrolled for philosophy, ceramics, history, English, and yeah, in any subject that I want to, because I really don't like those subjects in the medication education. I just cannot imagine my picture in that kind of field. I mean, I cannot imagine myself in a pharmacist suit or gown. But I'm more happy when I study philosophy, or I'm more happy when I study ceramics. It's kind of like, this is what I like to do in the future. I can imagine my picture in the future for that. I do some research. I check if I move, change, swap to fine art, it's gonna take me like 2.5 years more, because I already spent like 4 years and I just want to graduate and do ceramics. So I check again, I do like research. If I move to philosophy, it's just like a year to graduate. Then my plan is philosophy for the major and ceramics for the minor, because I already took everything in ceramics field, just some subject in philosophy to graduate. But I do love philosophy. There was many great teachers in that time. At that time, I'm not quite into the meditation but after graduation, I met Ajahn Kamin, and my life is in the kind of like, just graduate, don't have like plans, like budget, like something like that. So I met Ajahn Kamin first when he did his project called like One Day Exhibition. So I did the one-day show at his gallery, at his studio, and he said he liked my work and he collect my work there. And then I didn't meet him like years after I graduated, and I think one day he asked about me from my friend, and my friend said, "Oh, I'm in trouble. My life was hard." And then he asked me to meet him at his studio, and he said, "Okay, come and stay. I'm gonna find you something to work." Then so he come up with like ceramics project for his exhibition. And I think it's not like a condition, but it's like he just kind of suggests me do meditation practice in like Goenka techniques. So I did come for 10 days course. That was the first time I really experienced the meditation. Before that, I practiced in many techniques, but not, it's not that things. After the 10 days going, I've been practicing for like 1 or 2 years, but not every day. Ajahn Kamin also has like meditation centers at his studio, so I did meditation with him like once a week. Maybe 2 years later, I just like stopped. I don't know if you can say like it's a meditation practice or not, but when you work, especially work with your hands or focus on your work, you're gonna get like kind of that thing into you, like concentrate, like focus, like calmness. Well, if you have it, I think it's the better way to understand yourself and everything around you, and also the thing that being in front of you, in the moment. Recalling back, like at that time, after I finished the 10 days, I feel like I'm more happy with my life, and I'm more like, I get more calmness, the thing as the way it is. I'm not like, it has to be like this, it has to be like that. So it can be everything as the way it is. We just the observer. We have to understand. We cannot control. Each people has his or her way to understand. You can say like meditation or life, but I think the meditation can help a lot, because it's more like a guideline, and a good guideline for you to understand things. If you get to this point, it's easy. I mean, it's easy to live. It's easy for your life to live in every day. Maybe you just have to understand things, like I said, not try to control or try to make things as the way that you want. I think if I keep on practicing, is my mind or myself gonna be like getting more clarified on life. But I've been practicing for like a year or two after, and I just stopped. But I think there's some still left in my mind, or in kind of like more conscious, more focused. In the term of the word, like meditation, if you say like meditation is focus or concentrate or something like just that, yeah, I did meditation. But if not, if you take the term of meditation in more higher level, I just do it as I do in everyday life. If I'm not work on the wheel, I just walk around, check things, and prepare things for the next step of making of the process. You have to be with like at least a moment with yourself to aware yourself. Yes. Yeah, it helps a lot. I mean, before that, I just like a teenager, living my life like forward, like push it forward for everything. Like it has to be this, it has to be that. Like I have to control, I have to overcome. But after that, I'm more focused, more aware of being with myself, not others, not my life, not depends on anything else or depends on others. It's up to myself, I mean ourselves, to be aware, to focus for at the moment of us being there. I always suggest my student who come to the workshop that sometimes you have to learn how to work with clay, how to work with water. Don't put too much, don't put too many. Don't use the speed too fast, don't use it too slow. There is a right moment for the right thing. You have to go fast when the clay said, or when it has to be fast. You have to be slow when the clay said that you have to be slow, or it has to be slow. You have to put more water, or you have to put less. In each process, it has a different meaning, so you have to be aware. Or sometimes you have to hold your breath when you work with it, when you work with the clay. I like to say that, and I love to say that. Clay says something to us. I mean, when you work with it, there is like some state of the clay that you can do things, or you cannot do things with it. You have to be careful in each process, or you just have to leave it be by itself. I speak of the clay because I work with the clay, but if you work in any field, anything always communicate with you. You just have to be aware. You have to be focused. You have to be at that moment. The most important thing is, I think, awareness. And see it, like I said, see the thing as the way it is. And sometimes, in some case, for example, when you hold a piece, the dry work, and you didn't hold it carefully, or your hand just hold, but your mind not there, you will break it. Or when you do the pulling, your hand just pull it, but your mind wasn't there. You're gonna make it like collapse or worse or wobbly. As far as I'm concerned, I'm more happy in my life. I mean, yeah, like I said, if you see things as the way as it is, you're gonna be more like a happy person, because you cannot change anything, any person to be what you like. I just feel like I'm happy. I'm more like, I love my life, and I love to share things with others. Because I work with clay, it's like my safe zone from everything. I mean, if I feel like bad or stressed, I just go to the wheel or make something with clay. So those kind of things goes away. It's kind of related in the thing what you do as well. Because I just once practitioner, and I'm lucky that I do ceramics. I'm a potter, that I have to be like concentrate and focus in what I'm making, and that two kind of thing is quite related. But if you are a painter, I think those kind of things are related to each other as well. In any action, in any professions, you have to be like focused, concentrate, be aware. I think we cannot just do the things like just let's do it. nowadays people seem to be like just one click and then finish, but not the clay, not like your hands work. Many people feel like angry or like frustrated when they cannot finish things or when they cannot do simple things like I can do. So I just tell them you have to be like, forgive yourself. It's your first time. You cannot walk on the first day that you was born. So it takes time. It's like riding a bicycle. If you get that click, you can ride it for the rest of your life. You have to forgive, you have to let it go for the things that you cannot do yet. But if you have focus, concentrate, and be more awareness, you can do that.